Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. This is Atrocious Fruit. Today we're going over the WEM4. Usually when you buy one OEM from Evike or wherever you guys would go, you would end up with stock M4 receiver with the front sight and the ability to shorten it to a 9-inch barrel, or however long this is. It will still have the 365mm OEM barrel though sticking out, so do be in mind of that. They are also really stuck on there when you do first try to get them off, so yeah, that's another thing. But yeah, overall the stock one, it's not terrible. This one is completely stock, so it doesn't sound as nice, I guess you could say, as some of my other ones over here. These both have RA Tech sears, trigger, hammer, the whole trigger assembly essentially. Maple Leaf 6.02. This one is a stock barrel. Both have Maple Leaf 60-degree buckings. This one has Decepticon. This one has Autobot. Both have OEM bolts. This one's actually getting a new end pass here in the next video. Trying to think. Oh, and also how would you say, enhanced recoil spring, so it's a little stronger sounding. Kicks like a mule though. Kicks nice. This one's a stock spring. Not strong, but still one of my favorites. Not super heavy, pretty lightweight. Outside has Dam Defense 9-inch Magpul Gemtech, Magpul AFG, Magpul Pistol Grip, Magpul ACS stock, and then MBIS sights. Even with all this stuff, I'd say this is still probably only like 5 pounds, maybe something like that, 4 or 5 pounds. With the mag in it, yeah, probably about like 5 pounds. But yeah, so we're gonna move on to the pros and cons. Number one con, I'd say, is the trigger sear disconnector, whatever you guys want to call it. You see here the newer RA Tech sears, they all have kind of a curvature where it latches onto the hammer so it could stay shooting in semi. Make sure you get the newer versions, because the older versions are at a 90-degree angle and you don't want that. They still work a little longer than the OEM ones, but not as long as the newer design of these. I got these at KY, and if they have them in stock, then shipping's usually pretty fast. If they don't have them in stock, they have to get them made to order, and then that's a whole another issue, another dealio at hand. So yeah. They do actually shoot pretty hot. This one's shooting 530 with .2s without the end pass, so that's why I got this bad boy to put in. And this one shooting at 410 with the end pass, or sorry, 410 with no end pass. With end pass, I have them usually set at like 375 for game pod rules. And yeah, the build's not terrible. It's not like the best thing I've seen, compared to like my Viper Tech or some other gas M4s. It just doesn't have that finish to it, but they're not bad. They're not the Double Eagles or some other ones going that route. I'd say another con would be the hop-up positioning or location. It's all the way in the top of the chamber. It's a .5 Allen key, and it's just a pain to get to, honestly. You have to pop off a couple shots, then stick your Allen key in there and try to twist it. There's a solution where you can drill a hole to the top of the receiver, set a set screw, so that way whenever you want to adjust it, you just turn it. Similar to a Tippmann, but yeah, that's one idea. But that is definitely a con. Loading nozzles also break kind of often for me. It's like a hit or miss. Either they'll last years or they'll break in a week or two. But not the worst things. You could always find them for pretty decently priced, so just buy a couple at a time. Trying to think what else would I say. Yeah, there's not too much. I mean, the steel parts that you do install, like the trigger assembly on these guys, they will wear the bolt down over time, but as long as you keep it oiled and make sure your roller's in place, the part that lets the bolt travel smoothly, this little wheel right here, as long as that's in place, then for the most part you should be fine. I did notice that sometimes when I use the older version of the hammers, even the Aritech ones, with the newer version Sears, they don't, it won't unlatch correctly. So sometimes it'll get stuck. You just have to wear it in a little bit, shoot it on full auto for a little bit, or you can even sand it down to just skip all that. But I figured I'd just shoot it, wear it down, be more fun that way. This one's completely new, all new Aritech trigger box, so it has a newer version hammer and everything. So no modification needed on those, just the older ones. But yeah, I'd say that's probably all the cons really. Pros, they kick hard and they're not the most expensive gas rifle in the market. Vipertechs run around I think 1,000 or 1,100 at their base model, and then some of them get up towards like 1,700. WE OEMs, stock of OEM stock M4 usually goes for around 330. You could even find them used like mine and get them for a lot cheaper, or broken even, and just fix all the parts. It's usually not too expensive to fix these. It could be simple as a chip loading nozzle or a rubber seal just gone dry. It's pretty simple. There are a pretty hefty amount of aftermarket parts as well. It's M4. You pretty much do whatever you want to it. I also like a lot of their older stuff. They had like this little Honey Badger WR5 looking thing. For now, it's scrapped just because I didn't have a trigger box. Well, I have all the parts, but I was just too lazy to assemble one, and yeah, it just stays in pieces for now. I should probably get on that. But no, yeah, they're pretty solid in my opinion. You could also run a tap adapter through them, or you could HPA it with a drum mag. These are pretty hefty, mind you. I think this thing's about like two and something pounds. Adds to the whole kit, honestly. Kind of hurts at the end of the day. Shoot pretty straight. Yeah, just, I don't know. People compare this to MWS, and you just can't, MWSs are just nice. They're really nice, but they're so expensive. I got mine used, so I got lucky. Same with my Vipertech, but if you're looking at getting a gas blowback, more than likely you'll be able to find a WM4 used for like $100-something. And as soon as you buy the parts for it, they run pretty solid. I probably get about 20,000, 25,000 shots before my sear goes out. And I shoot a lot too, to be fair, so it goes out more often than shit. I run AEG mags through it, so I probably run through 1,000 rounds each game, about an hour, 1,000 rounds an hour or so. So yeah, it does speed up the wear. That's really all it does, I personally like HPA a lot more, just because there's no cooldown. I could just spam shots nonstop. I could actually kind of compete with AEGs now, So recoil. If I go to a event where it has some kind of mag cap, then I'll run my gas mags, because it's a little more fair. Gets a little annoying when you're spawning and then you're just getting clustered by a bunch of a little flurry of bullets or BBs. So I like to have AEG mags, less weight, more BBs, and a lot more consistency. Sorry, AEG mags and the HPA adapter. Yeah, you don't really need to do much. Just buy stock a bunch of these. These are the first things to go out. As long as you have multiple of these, you're fine. The hammer and the trigger, you stay pretty solid for, shoot, I don't know. I think I put about 100, maybe 120, 150,000 shots through this trigger box. This thing's so good. Same with my WE Scar. They're both still good. It's just the Sears that go through pretty fast. I do wish that they made more external parts, receivers, like how the GMP and Western Arm Series, they do have a lot of like crazy looking receivers, Vieltor, Noveski's, Strike Industries, you know. WE, you have a couple now, but back then I feel like it was a lot more popular. I saw a lot. RA Tech had Forge receivers and whatnot. But no, I'm happy with them, you know. They're like my throw around M4s. I could trash them, I could bang them up, I don't really care, you know. Like, I got this guy for a really good price, so yeah, that's why it's all dinged up and scratched up. It's fallen, I've fallen on it, so it's pretty sturdy, hasn't snapped. If you're comparing this to MWS's work, and they're nice, but I feel like I don't get the same satisfaction when I rack it. It just doesn't, like, I don't know, sound the same to me or feel the same. It's hard to explain, but I love my MWS because it literally works, you know. These work, but these are just like a tad more sensitive. MWS, go play in the winter, do everything you want, you're fine. The mags will always work perfectly. These, I'd say about like 64 degrees, my mags start spewing out or just start losing, or just have really bad cooldown, you know. So yeah, they're not as bad as people make them out to be. They're not perfect either, but they get the job done, and you still have a lot of fun playing, you know, with gas rifles. Other platforms that are solid by WE, you know, I'll make more videos on, like the G39. I already made one on the Apache. I'll make a more in-detailed one, going over how it's been doing so far and all the wear and tear I've been putting on it. But G39, Apache, and I'd say the SCAR and the PDW are all my favorite platforms right now. PW and SCAR have the same trigger box, so those are the main con, but the hop-up is what makes them better than everything else. They have a rotary wheel right here instead of having the bolt carrier. But no, yeah. You want a gas on 4, you don't want to spend too much, I'd say go with these. Don't go with Double Eagle or anything. Like, find a used one, fix it, you have way more parts. You get a Double Eagle, like, good luck with mags, man. I would not recommend King Arms mags to even, like, my, like, worst enemy. But yeah, if you guys ever see me at GamePod and you ever want to try out any of my builds, feel free. I'm actually thinking about giving this guy away to someone. It just sits, it's all stock, so I figured, you know, I find someone that I think deserves it, yeah, they'll get it. But yeah, that's about it for now. In the next video, I'll show you guys how to install the end pass here, so your M4 is not shooting like freaking lenses out. No one wants that, right? Or do we? No. Alright. Anyways, yeah, thank you everyone for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.